Chapter 130. Sword Heart Swordsman. Nye Tian looked at Shang Mingyu, was taken aback for a moment, and said, "You cultivated a sword heart?" Just by taking a casual look, Nye Tian could tell directly that Shang Mingyu had already cultivated Jian Xian. Although there is only one difference between the realm of sword energy and the realm of sword heart, there is a world of difference. After the swordsman cultivates the sword heart, the sword energy will be greatly enhanced, and it may even be condensed into substance. At the same level, a swordsman with a sword heart is several times stronger than a swordsman without a sword heart. Shang Mingyu bred Jian Xian, and his strength was several times higher than Shang Mingjia's, so his true combat power far surpassed Shang Mingjia's. Huh? Shang Mingjia was astonished and asked, "How do you know?" He didn't show his sword heart. How did Nye Tian know that he had already cultivated his sword heart? "I know what I want to know." Nye Tian smiled lightly, exuding strong confidence. "You're courting death." Shang Mingyu screamed and shot directly the next moment. He realized that Nye Tian was a formidable opponent, and he had to get the upper hand to be sure of victory. Golden Sun Sword Art, two suns eat clouds. Shang Mingyu stabbed out with a sword, and the terrifying sword energy swept over like a thick cloud, forming a bloody mouth in the air, blasting towards Nye Tian. Sword pours into the night. Nye Tian remained calm, and Jin Ju Tianzhan made another move. Using the same move again, the sword light darted several meters away, and a streamer of sword shadow flew out of the air. Bang! The sword energy of the two sides collided, and it was like a real object colliding, and there was a dull and loud noise. Immediately, airwaves that were almost visible to the naked eye scattered in all directions. Nye Tian and Shang Mingyu felt the powerful impact and retreated at the same time. Nye Tian took several steps back and almost fell. A swordsman with a sword's heart is really strong in sword energy, but Nye Tian is slightly inferior in a frontal collision. On the other hand, Shang Mingyu took 3 steps back and stood still. In the first head-to-head confrontation, Shang Mingyu firmly gained the upper hand. But there was no joy on his face, but endless anger and shock. He has the 5th level of strength in Vientiane, which is almost a big realm higher than Nye Tian, and he has also cultivated Jianqing. Under such an advantageous situation, he failed to kill the opponent with a single move, not even seriously injured. This is simply a shame for him. Nye Tian steadied his body, with a look of seriousness on his face. After all, Shang Mingyu is a person with a sword heart, but Nye Tian is only in the realm of sword energy. Even though his sword energy is far stronger than Shang Mingyu's sword energy, he cannot confront the latter's sword heart head-on. At this moment, the scene was dead silent, countless eyes stared at Nye Tian, and no words could express the shock in his heart. Everyone in Baiyun Academy knew that Shang Mingyu was the #1 person in the inner courtyard, and he could be said to be a leader of the younger generation in the imperial city. However, even being as strong as Shang Mingyu, yet unable to defeat Nye Tian, it was like a dream. Nye Tian has just entered the academy. The last time he was in the freshman martial arts meeting, his strength was about the same as that of Prince Bingyi. Now he can fight Shang Mingyu head-on. This is too unbelievable. That's right. Shang Mingyu is the #1 person in the inner court. I heard that many teachers are no match for him. Nye Tian is a monster. He persisted in the training room for 10 days and fought with Shang Mingyu as soon as he came out. He is so evil. Everyone whispered and discussed in low voices. Lan Binji's face on the side was swollen with gas, and there was a heavy breathing sound from his nose. Although he was arrogant, he also knew that his strength was not at the same level as Shang Mingyu's. Nye Tian was at the same fighting level as him during the Freshman Martial Arts Association. In just over a dozen days, Nye Tian was able to compete with Shang Mingyu. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he would have been unbelievable at this speed of cultivation. Nye Tian, who the hell are you? Lan Binji roared inwardly, and a trace of ferocity appeared on Junyi's face. The stronger Nye Tian showed, the more afraid Lan Binji was. Nye Tian, this prince will kill you, no matter what the price is. Lan Benji's heart was determined to kill. If he couldn't kill Nye Tien, he would feel like a thorn in his back and a bone in his throat, unable to sleep without eating well. Qin Yuhu sensed Lan Benji's killing intent. A smile flashed across his mouth, and he shouted in his heart, "Lan Benji, be angry. Only you can avenge my third brother." Of course, Qin Yuhu was happy to see the escalation of the conflict between Nye Tien and Lan Benji. Only in this way could Qin Yulan's hatred be avenged. Now relying solely on the strength of the Qin family, it is no longer possible to take revenge on Nye Tien. Shang Mingyu heard a round of voices from the people around him, and felt even angrier in his heart, thinking that it was a shame that he was the number one person in the inner courtyard and couldn't deal with a new student. "Nye Tien, the next move is to kill you." Shang Mingyu's eyes were red, his rationality was completely replaced by anger, and he became a pure killing weapon. "Golden Sun Sword Ju, three yangs flow wildly," shouted angrily, and a long silver sword appeared behind Shang Mingyu's back, glowing with a gloomy cold light, which spread 5 meters away. "Are you going to use the sword spirit?" Nye Tien frowned, and the silver longsword that appeared behind Shang Mingyu was his Yuan Ling. The silver longsword is called the Flowing Silver Sword, and it is Shang Mingyu's spirit. Nye Tien glanced at Lianjian but shook his head slightly. The Flowing Silver Sword is obviously of the water attribute of the 5 elements, while the Golden Sun Sword Ju practiced by Shang Mingyu is of the metal fire attribute of the 5 elements. The attributes of the sword formula and the sword spirit do not match or even contradict each other. Shang Mingyu can't display the true power of the Jinyang sword formula. "Go to hell!" Shang Mingyu roared furiously, and 3 strands of terrifying sword energy gushed out from the edge of the Luin sword, like 3 swift and fierce spirit beasts, blasting toward Nye Tien. When everyone saw Shang Mingyu's aura, their hearts turned cold, and they were already drawing pictures of Nye Tien being blown away or even smashed to pieces. Shang Mingyu's aura was indeed very strong, but unfortunately, it was nothing in Nye Tien's eyes. It was just a show. There's more than enough momentum, but not enough power. It's just a show. Nye Tien smiled coldly. The 10 energy channels in his body were circulating at the same time, and the fierce energy was like a river bursting a bank. Even scarier than Shang Mingyu. One sword pours into the night. It was the same move again. Jin Ju Tianjian stabbed out with a sword, and the sword light condensed a 10-meter-high sword shadow in the air, like a giant beast, and rushed towards Shang Mingyu. At this moment, the 3 strands of sword energy erupted by Shang Mingyu suddenly merged into one strangely, and the suffocating sword energy almost condensed into substance. Boom! The extreme moves collided, and the space was shocked. Crack-ca-ca. Immediately afterward, the bluestone slabs on the ground were impacted by the violent airwaves, and the pieces shattered and turned into gravel, collapsing and flying in all directions. Nye Tien and Shang Mingyu felt a very powerful impact at the same time. Under the impact of this heavy pressure, the 2 of them flew upside down, hit the ground heavily, and slid several meters above the ground. As Nye Tien and Shang Mingyu passed by, 2 deep ravines appeared on the ground, which was terrifying.